Jade Doggy asked why the tea is served in such small portions in Gongfu tea, and the reason is because the flavor of the tea changes as the tea progresses. Let's use this tea orange as an example. The first steep comes out pretty light and fragrant, so this steep is usually used mostly for smell. Remember this color when we get to the second steep. In Gongfu Tea Tradition, this first steep is poured out over your teapots. They tell you if it's ready. Apparently we're not quite there yet. This is the second steep immediately. Look at how much darker it is. If we were steeping it in one giant pot or mug, you could do that, but then the flavor from the second steep would be mixing with the fragrance from the first steep. You wouldn't be able to tell these differences. Part of the tradition of Gongfu tea is appreciating the tea in all of the different stages of its progression. Here comes the third steep, and one of these tea oranges can do 15 steeps, so this keeps going on for a while. Running out of time. Very tasty. If you want your own tea oranges, they're on my site. You can go to the link in my bio. I made a video with these tea oranges where I said you could steep it 15 times, and people are like, oh, we're the internet, we don't believe you. So let me show you. I don't have 15 cups, but I have 10 right here. And this will be enough to show how the flavor and the color of the tea changes over the different steeps. So the first steep of the tea in Gongfu tea method is usually poured out. That's because it's the lightest and it's used to open up the leaves. The second steep, you can already see it's already getting darker. As the leaves open up, their fragrance and their flavor starts to come out. See, already a good shade darker. You can tell the difference already between the left and the right. Now we get into the third steep. This is Pu'er tea. The best steeps are usually, I'd say, between the 4th and the 10th steeps. People are used to lower quality tea. You can't get this many steeps out of it, but look at this. Okay, we're on steep 11. I gave you one extra, and bam! The progression is pretty clear. From the beginning, it takes about 3 to 4 steeps to really open up, and then it just keeps going. In Chinese, they have a word called nai pao. Nai is like patient, and pao is to steep. So a patiently steepable tea could do many, many steeps. 这个茶很耐泡. So after 11 steeps, I can finally try some. But first, you got to give some to the teapots. They were patient. These tea oranges are very dark and earthy, but also fruity because of the peel. Great place to start if you want high quality tea. Link is in my bio. Hello tea friends. Today we're going to be drinking a Tiaguanyin Iron Buddha Oolong. This is one of what the Chinese call the 10大名茶, 10 famous teas. Remember how small these tea leaves look. They are curled up right now and they're going to be opening up during the process of steeping the tea. This is why the first steep of tea in Gongfu Tea Tradition is always used to wash out the cups and then poured out over the teapots. Tea isn't ready yet. Do smell the lid after the first steep though. Great fragrance. Oolong teas are what they call 半发酵茶, like half fermented or half oxidized teas. So it's somewhere between a green tea, which is not oxidized at all, and a red tea, which is fully oxidized. Also, I accidentally went on half speed for the rest of the video. Am I going to waste tea leaves to fix this? No, I'm not. We're just going to look at this beautiful golden color. Enjoy this gratuitously long shot of me enjoying the tea. Oh, yes, it's so good. It is really good, though. This oolong might be on my shop soon. Shop is in link in the bio, and look at how big those leaves got. Hello, friends. Someone asked, am I fluent in Mandarin? And the answer is, 是的，中文讲得还可以。我在美国上学时候学中文，然后我大3的时候去北京留学，那边留学项目要求我们每天背100个生词，然后几乎不能说英文。大学毕业以后，我回到北京了，待了8年，那边都是天天说中文。因为说中文，我也可以把我的茶宠 Jen 和 Clyde 给他们起中文名，比如说牛牛和杰恩克。我自己也有中文名叫艾杰西。因为我会说中文，我经常去北京的马连道茶城，那边认识很多茶友，然后他们教了我怎么做功夫茶，以及怎么品什么是好茶，什么是不好的茶。而且我对于选茶有很多选择。好茶，因为我可以直接跟茶人说，避免有中介。我的茶都是来自北京的茶城，你自己想品尝可以看我 bio 里面的链接。Hello tea friends, today I'm here to thank you for 200,000 subscribers. Gonna have some of these ancient tea tree pu'er tea balls and sit back and reflect at the fact we have all these people who not just followed the account but are also interested in learning about the culture of the teas, what they're called, where they're from, how to make them, and of course how they taste like. When I started putting these videos on TikTok, I knew all the falling water and the pretty tea cups and the teapots. Here they are. Everybody would like those, but would people really care about the tradition? Would they care about making the tea well? And you guys have answered, yes, you do, which is unbelievable amazing. I show all these videos with my tea friends back in Beijing, and I translate kind of what I'm doing in them, and they're fascinated that not only are people watching the videos and enjoying the tasting of the tea, oh, it's so good. Oh my God. Hold on. Second sip. The fact that you guys are interested in the tradition and how to do it well, that's what's really amazing, and I'm very happy to be able to share that with them. Thanks for 200,000. Good tea is in my bio. Hello, tea friends. To celebrate 4th of July, I'm drinking red tea from a white and blue cup, and I'm telling you the story about this American China flag pin and how I got it. After I graduated college, I received a Fulbright scholarship from the American government to go to China to research Chinese culture. They gave me the flag pin at the orientation of the program where Americans go to China to learn about China and Chinese come to America to learn about America. I went to China to research comedy, but I also came away with all this tea knowledge. And 10 years after receiving this pin, seeing the amount of positive cultural communication that's going on through this tea channel really shows to me the value of going to each other's countries and learning about each other's cultures. July 4th is the Independence Day for the United States, and I think the question America always has is, how are we going to use our independence? I feel we all live freer lives when we use that freedom to learn about each other and live well together. Happy 4th of July, tea friends. Hello, tea friends. If you like green tea, you'll like this tea as well, white tea. Let's drink this Gongfu white tea ball, and I'll give you 3 reasons why. Reason 1, fragrance. The best part about green tea is that amazing green tea smell. White tea also has this amazing fragrance, especially in the first steeps as it starts opening up. After this first steep, you take the lid, smell it, that's good stuff. This first steep in the Gongfu Tea tradition is always used to clean out the cups and pour it over your teapots like Jenk and Bonnie. Bonnie likes this one. Reason 2, natural sweetness. A good green tea will have that natural sweetness to it, and this white tea has that as well. It has this deep golden color, and it has that light natural sweetness, no need to add sugar, like really nobody in China adds sugar. And the third reason, more steeps. With green tea, you might get 4 or 5 steeps. With these white teas, you'll get 15 steeps per tea ball. Per cup, it comes down to like tea bag tea cost. Want good tea? Go link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. Here to answer another tea question. Today is from FakeASF123. What if you accidentally pour the tea on guests? Hello, tea friends. Yesterday I showed how one of these tea oranges makes like 15 steeps of tea, and somebody was like, what if you don't want to use it all in one day or you want to use it tomorrow? Here's how you do that. Take the tea orange, you cover it with room temperature water, and you stick it in the fridge. There you go. One day later, retrieve your cold brewed tea orange. Beautiful, beautiful. To drink this, I'm going to use this black cup that has pictures of me and my friends when you pour hot water in it, but there's no hot water, so you won't see them. Color is dark, and then here is my first sip. It was a little bit tentative because I'd never tried this before. It was recommended to me, but actually it was really good. It was very, very smooth, dark, earthy, very concentrated. If you want a tea orange, go to the link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. I have a cold. You can see it. So I'm going to show you what tea I use when I have a cold. I use aged white tea. This Gongfu tea ball is 3 years aged. Prep style is a little different. The first steep is still used to open up the leaves, and you can pour this first steep out over your teapots. Apologies for the double speed. I did that by accident, but I'm too sick to reshoot. And the steep time is going to be radically different. Normally I tell you don't oversteep. This is going to steep 3 minutes. You could even go longer. It's not going to get bitter. The tea is of very high quality. It'll stay sweet. Normally I use the tiny cups, but now I'm using a mug with cows on it. The cows will save me. Yes, they will. Not sure the medicinal benefit of cows on your cup, but it can't be zero. It's got to be something. And you can filter directly into the mug, and look at how deep that color is. Scent alone will open up your sinuses, and the tea energy is all concentrated from that long steep. And of course, you can re-steep these tea balls many times. You want good tea? Link is in my bio. Check out the shop. Hello, tea friends. Somebody here asked me recently to do a Gongfu Tea 101, so here it is, and it starts with the tea. Gotta have whole leaf tea. This tea over here is literally dust. People said that I was gatekeeping. I thought I was just telling people not to literally drink dust. Step 2, for a steeping vessel, traditionally use these Gaiwans, which is a lidded cup, but a teapot is also very traditional. I'm going to use a lidded cup. Next up, you gotta steep your tea and strain it into your sharing pitcher. The steep time and temperature is different for every tea. I can't do them all right here, but the point is to get it into this pitcher. This is called the Gongdao Bei fairness vessel, and the tea in here is not over steeping because look, it's not constantly in water. Also, make sure that you use this first wash and pour it out over your teapots. The teapots are optional, just like, enjoying life is optional, and the tea table catches all the spills. Next up, just re-steep and enjoy it. Good tea, you can get 10 to 20 steeps out of it. These tea tables will be on my site soon. The teas are up there right now. Check it out. Hello, tea friends. I had Instagram followers saying she was buying good green tea, but it was still bitter. Here's ways to prevent that. Tip 1, cool your water down a bit. For green tea, white tea, this water is too hot. It's so hot right now. It's so hot right now. Jiggle around the water in the cup a bit. This will lower the temperature by a little bit. When you can hold your hand above it and it doesn't feel uncomfortable, that's time to pour it in. Tip 2, wash your leaves. In the Gongfu Tea tradition, the leaves are always washed to open them up, and this not only allows the flavor to come out more in the future steeps, but some of the junky flavors will sometimes come out in this first steep. First steep can be poured into your cups to wash them out, and also over your teapots like Clyde, Maurice, and yet to be named Snail. Help me name the snail. Third step, and this is really most important, don't oversteep your tea. Get your water cool and then leave it in the tea steeping for maybe 30 seconds for this green tea. And really that even is a long time. If you aren't following the Instagram, follow the Insta and hope. Hello, tea friends. This is my friend Yunqing, and his tea shop in Beijing is literally just tea, floor to ceiling. And he has 900-year-old teapots from the Song Dynasty. A lot of tea people in China collect antiques as well. And just look at this guy. Teapots are part of the traditional Gongfu tea culture that goes back 1,000 years. They live on the tea table, and you pour tea on them to bring luck and wealth and happiness. As you raise them on the tea table, they get a patina of tea around them. So look at this new guy versus my old friend Edgar. Edgar's much darker, but these guys have seen some stuff, man. Hundreds of years of patina. So thank you, Yunqing, for sharing your teapots with us. And if you want to get tea right from Yunqing's shop and teapots of your own, you can get my sampler box. Link is in the bio. Hello, tea friends. A lot of people have been asking how much tea to use when making tea. So this is a tea ball. It's about 5 to 7 grams, and it makes this much tea when it opens. Look at that. The tea ball just expands, and the leaves come out into full leaf tea. This raw pu'er is from 300-year-old ancient tea trees. It's picked by hand. Absolutely beautiful color. And one of the benefits of these balls is that they're already basically pre-portioned. Cheers. Oh my God. Tea balls are hugely better than powdered tea because look at what you get. Full leaves. Like, look at this thing. The closer I zoom, the more beautiful it gets. Since one ball makes a whole bunch of tea, you get more time drinking tea, better tea, and less time worrying about how much to use. If you want good tea, go to my bio. New shipment arrives in about 2 weeks. Hello, tea friends. I'm on vacation in Cape Cod, so I took the travel tea set over here and my tea pets. Didn't forget you guys. Drinking one of these 8-year-age Puer Tea Oranges and just enjoying being out in nature drinking tea. Oh my God, they're so good. Drinking tea outdoors like this reminds me of a time when I had a friend in China who is a Chinese medicine practitioner, and he invited me to go to the 5 sacred mountains and drink tea with water fresh from the mountain streams. He also had a good deal more money than I had, so this was maybe not an imposition on him, but it seemed like a lot for me. So I can't go quite that far in order to drink good tea, but a cabin out in Cape Cod is pretty nice. Enjoying the woods, enjoying this amazing dark Puer tea. Oh my God, it's so smooth and orangey. Got natural sweetness to it, but also earthy funkiness, very flavorful. So wherever you are, cheers to you, cheers to the nature around you, and enjoy your tea. And if you want your own tea oranges, new shipment coming in later this month, go to the link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. It's summer. It's getting hotter. What's a good tea? I recommend this white tea, and I'll tell you why. Firstly, should you even be drinking hot tea at all in the summer? Well, in Chinese tradition, during hot times, you want to drink hot things because it better regulates your body's internal energy, and also because it can make you sweat a little, which actually cools you down. So Chinese will drink hot beverages all year. I like these white tea balls because they're just an easy one-time use thing. As with all teas in the Gongfu Tea tradition, the first steep is poured out over your teapots and your tea table. Clean out your cups and your bunnies. Another tip for summertime tea, cool off the water before. Splash it around in the cup a little bit. Take down that temperature. The tea might need a little bit longer to steep to get the really rich, deep flavor, but that's totally fine. I'm gonna do a third steep here because this tea ball isn't even open. These tea balls can do 15 steeps in this size Gaiwan, so you don't need to worry about wasting tea. White tea, great color, sweet, crisp, light, great for summer. Cheers. Want good tea? I got a new shipment coming in soon. Hello, tea friends. Today we're doing a throwback episode to drinking this red tea, making you Gongfu Cha. I've really been blown away by how this channel has grown even since I started making these videos. And for people who are just ordering their teas, the next shipment's going to be coming in a few weeks, so can't wait to get that out to you. And of course, your tea pets like Clyde and all these guys who just got their tea on them. Part of the fun of Gongfu tea is to be able to slow things down, smell the fragrance, enjoy the flavor, all that good stuff. Find a time to be able to relax and really get the most out of enjoying yourself and this good colored tea. Future, I'm looking to get these cups and boards and all this good stuff onto my table, so relax and enjoy your weekend, everybody. Hello, tea friends. People have been asking how to make black tea not bitter. I'm going to show you 3 tips. First tip, give your tea leaves a wash to let them open up. In the Gongfu Tea tradition, this first steep is always discarded, even though it looks gorgeous. You can wash your cups and teapots, but it also opens up the flavor of the leaf and gets rid of some of the bitter notes. Second tip, most important, do not oversteep. I'm going to show you in real time. This is going to take about literally 10 seconds from the beginning to the end. Look at how good that color is already. The more that you steep, the more that the bitter compounds in the tea come out of the tea. Most people oversteep, and so they wind up with bitter tea. I recommend that you start by understeeping your tea and then bring it back up if you're trying to avoid bitterness. Oh my God, so tasty. I'm loving it. Oh yes. And tip number 3, of course, buy better quality tea. Look at the difference between this tea bag tea, which is like literally a powder, like ground to nothing, and then this whole leaf tea. The flavor is in the leaf, so when you destroy the leaf, you destroy the flavor. Want good tea? Go to the link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. A lot of people ask me, how did I get into tea and how did I learn Chinese? And the answer is they're kind of related. Here's the story. So when I lived in Beijing, I went to the tea market to test out my Chinese and test out jokes. That's because for 8 years in Asia, my job was being a Chinese stand-up comedian.
23-year-old Jesse Appel performs stand-up comedy in Beijing, 7,000 miles from his Massachusetts home. We met Appel at this tea market where he tests his jokes.
And the shops are small enough where they would have a hard time getting past me if they didn't like the jokes and get out of the room.
So since last January, I've been stuck in America because I can't get a visa back to China to perform. But I've made a lot of great tea and made a lot of great new tea friends like you guys and the tea pets. And the crazy thing is this tea comes from this guy, Yunqing, who I've known for years. Hello, tea friends. A lot of you don't have a lidded cup like this and you use a teapot. That's totally cool. Also very traditional. I'm gonna give you some teapot tips as we drink this Qimen red tea. Tip number 1, you gotta wake up the leaves. So whether you're using a lidded cup or a pot, the leaves need time to open up to get their best flavor. This first steep is used to just wake up the leaves. Even though it looks gorgeous, we use this in order to clean our cups and wash off our tea beds, like Jenk and Clyde. They love it. Now the leaves are open. Tip 2, if you have more water, you need to steep longer. This is the amount of water that fits in my lidded cup. It's not even half of what fits in this pot. So if I were steeping this for 10 seconds in my Gaiwan, I want to do almost twice as long in the pot. Chance to enjoy the tea vibes. And tip 3, this is important, empty every single drop out of the pot. If the tea stays in the bottom, even just a little, it'll keep steeping and it makes the tea bitter in the future steeps and it reduces the amount of tea you get. If you want this tea and others, go to the link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. Anubis Earfluff asks, what tea should you drink if you don't want bitter tea? I recommend this white tea. This is a 3-year aged gourmet white tea ball. The leaves are pressed together into this ball that open up as you put it through the first wash, starting to open right now. White teas are very minimally processed. They're picked and then sun-dried, so they retain a lot of natural sweetness and natural freshness. First steep in the Gongfu method goes over your tea pets. Clyde likes it. For people who think of teas as dark and bitter, these white teas are really refreshing. Sorry about this accidental fast forward, did not mean to do that, but the color is really pretty. And back to regular speed, we can take a taste now. Look at that deep gold color. This tea has great sweetness, great crispness, and really no bitterness at all. Look at the deep color on this thing. Oh my God, it looks so nice. One of these teas can be soaked 15 times in this size Gaiwan, so you get plenty of tea. And oh my God, look at that. So if you want good tea, go to the link in my bio, and they come with these cards which show you steeping instructions, all that good stuff. Hello, tea friends. I haven't done oolong tea in a while, so I'm having this 水仙凤凰单丛 Water Goddess Phoenix Oolong Tea. Oolong is partially fermented and then roasted, so it has some of that dark roasty flavor to it. This one's a little bit on the lighter side, but the Da Hong Pao, or those oolongs, can be really dark actually. Beautiful color, great fragrance coming off the leaves, and normally the first steep is poured on my tea pets, but where are my tea pets? I can't find the tea pets. I forgot them. Okay, I brought them out. Give some to Clyde and to Jenk. Jenk's a good boy. Oolong teas usually come from Hui Mountain, southern China, or from Taiwan. High altitude oolongs are the best type, so if you find one that's come from the high mountains, those are keepers. The flavor is crisp, but it's also got a tang to it from that roasting process and the partial fermentation. It's kind of between a green tea and a black tea. Very, very tasty. I don't have any oolongs on the shop yet, but if you want good tea, you can go to the link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. Today we're going to show brew temperature for this black tea versus this green tea. Show you how to get the best flavor out of each of them. First, this Qimen Hong Cha. This and all other black teas can be steeped at 100 degrees Celsius boiling water. These teas are fully oxidized, you can't burn them, nothing can go wrong. Bam, look at that color. So this one's easy enough to remember, boiling water. But what about this green tea? Bam, let's open another Gaiwan, pour in our Longjing tea. And for this one, you want about 85 degrees Celsius. You can cool off the water by whirling it around in your pitcher, or even another glass before adding it into the green tea. And those leaves are steeping beautifully, and let's look at the color. Green tea is going to have this paler color, but with the water temperature lower, you'll get better taste and better fragrance. So cheers to you, whether you drink the red tea, or the green tea, drink good tea and enjoy. Link for tea is in my bio. Take the box with the welcome card on it, add some of the fill. Take 3 of these tea oranges, 小心肝, 5 of the white tea balls, 5 of these red tea packets, 5 of the 古树普洱. Then each of the teas has these cards, so we take one tea card. You're taking care of the cards? Yeah. Oh, well, sorry. Here we go. Perfect. Pack it all up. And that is one tea sampler. So I'm launching an online tea house, and we had 500 pre-orders. It's happening! Getting ready to send you your teas. We're packing the first 500 pre-orders tomorrow. That's 50, 450 to go. Hello, tea friends. It's here. The tea boxes are finally here. I'm going to be drinking this Gongfu white tea ball as I share a little bit about this and thank the people that have made this possible. This is aged 3 years white tea from Fuling-shi in Fujian province in China. It's one of the 4 teas that come in the box. There's also info cards on all the teas and also a tea pet if you want one, but only if you want one. But I don't know why you wouldn't. This video, though, is for my online tea friends. You guys inspired me to turn this into a real thing. I've got a tea pet pour just for you guys. I think it's so cool, the energy and enthusiasm and the interest people have had in tea and tea culture on this page. Together, we can make the tea, share the culture in a good way, and stop the craziness just for a little bit. Let's have some positive tea vibes, people. Can we have that just for a moment, please? If you want one, the order link is in the bio. If you pre-ordered, I'm boxing them up this weekend. They'll be shipped out on Monday. And yes, the tea tables are coming soon. Hello, tea friends. Today's topic, what is a pu'er tea cake? A tea cake is tea leaves that have been dampened and then pressed into the shape of whatever mold they're put in. Usually these round cakes, although sometimes you see bricks or even little coins. When you make tea that's been pressed like this, it's important to use this first steep to open up the leaves. This first steep is going to be lighter in color. Remember this when the second steep comes. The fragrance is really amazing though right from the beginning. Smell the lid. It's great. In Gongfu Tea Tradition, the first steep cleans the cups and the tea pets. They like it. They like it a lot. By the second steep, the tea is opened up. You see it basically immediately turns right into a deeper color than in the first steep. Pu'er tea has this dark, earthy flavor, but when it's been aged like this, it really mellows out and it's very smooth. Dark amber color, beautiful. I really like it against this white porcelain. This can be intimidating for people, so for my shop, I got these tea oranges. Same tea inside an orange. You can click on the link in my bio to get them. Hello, tea friends. Yesterday, I made this pu'er tea ball and said you could get 15 steeps out of it. People are like, oh, well, what if you want to save it till tomorrow? Can you do that? So this is the next day's tea, and it looks okay. The flavor is a little bit flat, and I can't guarantee there wasn't any mold or anything. It's okay. But generally in Gongfu Tea Tradition, you don't do this, and I'll tell you why. And meanwhile, I'll make this white tea ball so I have something to drink today. Obviously, there are the health problems, like, maybe leaving tea overnight will make it moldy. I don't know. It probably won't kill you, but it can't be good. But more importantly, the tradition of Gongfu tea is about enjoying tea in its purest form. That's why we pour out the first steep onto our teapots, because this allows the leaves to open up for the second steep and get better tea. You would definitely never serve a guest day-old tea, so why would you serve yourself day-old tea? Look at how good that looks. As an American who learned Chinese culture, I feel it's important we do the traditions not just the right way, but for the right reasons. Get the tea and learn tea culture, link in my bio. Hello tea friends, today I'm going to be sharing what is ancient tree raw pu'er. These raw pu'er tea balls come from trees that are 300 years old that grow wild in Yunnan, China. You want to steep them boiling hot, and in the beginning use the first wash to let the ball open up a little bit. Raw pu'er is tea that hasn't aged yet. It has a absolutely fantastic scent. You can smell it on the lid, very good. This first steep is used to open up the leaves and pour off over our teapots. They're telling me they really enjoy it. Unlike the aged pu'er, which has this dark, earthy feel, the raw pu'er has the honey sweetness and a little bit of an astringency like a dry red wine. The color is gold, it's absolutely gorgeous, and the smell is fantastic. This is my go-to tea for creative energy. I really just feel like it gives me that zip. Oh, it's so good. And one of these pu'er tea balls can be soaked up to 15 to 20 times. Get this tea and others, links in the bio. Hello friends, how many steeps can you get out of a gourmet white tea ball? Let's drink it and find out. So the first steep is used to open up the leaves. We're going to steep it a little bit longer to let it start to get opening up. In the Chinese Gongfu tea method, this is now poured over the tea table and the teapots. They happy. Second steep, you can see the tea starting to open up. Good white tea is actually surprisingly hard to get in the United States. It is bright gold when you brew it. Look at that color. And the flavor is fragrant and sweet and light. It's like a green tea, but with more body. I love it. You see the leaves are completely open by the third steep. And this really 3 through 8 is where I think you get the best steeps, but you can get 15 steeps out of these tea balls. A lot of people are used to drinking tea that's already been pulverized. I mean, look at that color. The tea has been pulverized in these bags by the time you get at it, so it's no good. This tea's in my sampler box. You want this and other good teas? Go to link in my bio. Hello tea friends. A lot of people have been asking about the teapots, who they are, why they're here. So I'm gonna drink this tea orange and explain to you guys. Teapots are part of the Chinese Gongfu Tea tradition. They go back 1,000 years to the origin of the Chinese tea ceremony. Originally, they were cast off pieces of clay that got turned into animals by the potters who were making pots. You pour your first steep of tea on your teapots to raise them. This is Clyde, and this is Jenk. Jenk is tricky, but he's a good boy. And Clyde, and the whole Team Clyde family, is actually on my shop right now. So if you go to the link in my bio and you want to get one, you can go get one. Clyde, thanks you. The teapots can bring luck or prosperity. For instance, the water buffalo is especially nice because this year is the year of the ox. And over time, you get attached to them. So you drink amazing tea like, oh my God, look at this tea orange tea. I wasn't talking about the tea, but it's really good. And they kind of become part of your tea family. I have a friend in China with a 900-year-old teapot. You want to see that? Like a follow. Hello, tea friends. Here's 3 ways to know you're drinking good tea and not horrible tea. Tip 1, drink full leaf tea. This is a good black tea. Look, you can see each individual leaf and there's no dust at all on the bottom of the cup. This is entirely dust. The tea is dust. The dust is dust. Is dust. Throw this out. Really, do it. Tip 2, smell the fragrance of the tea. In Chinese Gongfu Tea tradition, this first steep is always poured out because it allows the leaves to open up fully in flavor, but also in fragrance. You pour the tea on the teapots and they will tell you whether it's good or not. They think it's good. Take the lid, smell the fragrance. If you're not smelling anything, you could get better tea. Finally, the color. This is real time. Bam, 4 seconds. It's already got this gorgeous color to it. Good tea should be colorful and transparent. You see, it's not murky. It's totally clear. Absolutely gorgeous. This tea and others in my bio. Hello, tea friends. Here's a short story of this channel. I made tea on the internet, like this white tea ball. And you guys said, hey, I'd like some too. So I opened up an online shop and I just purchased more tea than I could ever possibly drink in my life. This is for the people that have pre-ordered the tea from my site. And the teapots as well, which you guys said you could not live without, the Team Clyde edition. So all the teas and teapots here represented by a magical floating water buffalo are on their way to Boston, where they will then be sent out to you guys around the world. After living 8 years in China and sharing tea with my American friends every time I got back home, it's so exciting to be able to share this with everybody else around the world now on TikTok. So cheers to the teapots, cheers to you guys, and thank you for making this tea dream come true. If you haven't got your box yet, go to the link in my bio. Hello tea friends, today I'm making you this red tea to thank you for being one of the first 100,000 followers on this account. I can't believe it. When I moved to China, I discovered that tea isn't really done by brands or stores. You have a person that you know who's your tea guy. The things that my tea friends have taught me over the last decade, I've been very glad to be able to share with you. And I take great pride and happiness, look at that tea, oh my God, in being your tea person. The encouragement and positivity that I've had from the people on this channel and interest in the tea has inspired me to open up my own tea shop, which is now in my bio. So for the 100,000 of you that were here first and are supporting me in doing this, thank you so much, because you're the ones that are really driving this and making it happen. In a time on the internet where there's so much negativity, I'm glad to be able to make everybody a cup of tea and to be able to bring some positivity to people's days. So cheers, and I'm very glad and proud to be your tea guy. Hello tea friends, people have been asking me about my teas and the Gongfu Tea tradition that I use to make them. So let's drink this white tea and I'll share how to get started. I started drinking tea in 2010 when I moved to China. I had friends that I met at the Beijing wholesale tea market, and they taught me to try many different types of teas. And that way you start from a position of having a little bit of knowledge with your mouth about what you're talking about. They were the ones that taught me how to use the lidded cup, how to strain the tea, the steep times, how to smell the fragrance, how to wash out the cups and your teapots, and how to raise the teapots like Clyde, your good boy Clyde. I see my role now on this channel as like a cultural bridge. Sometimes I can say things clearer in English, and then sometimes I'll be able to get my friends on videos. I'll be sending special videos to the people that get the tea samplers. Oh, look at how good that is. Oh my God. My Chinese tea friends are super excited about the channel's progress and glad to share their cultures and traditions. Hello tea friends, today we're doing red tea and a Chinese lesson. I'm going to teach you how to say cha, and so you can duet this video and try it yourself. Cha is a second tone, it's a rising tone, so when we say it, we need to start low and go up. Cha, cha, cha bei, cha bei, cha chong, cha chong, cha ye, cha ye. The character for tea winds its way into all sorts of other tea-related words, as you can see. Going to the tea market in Beijing and learning all the tea words was a big part of how I learned Chinese. So you want really good tea? Go to my shop, it's in my bio, and also, 请喝茶. Hello tea friends, today I'm going to show you how to make a tea orange. This orange is filled with 8-year-old Pu'er tea. First step, give it a crack, let the water get in a little bit more, and pour in from the top slowly. This makes sure the tea gets wet and not just the outer part of the orange. You can do this in a pot or a lidded cup like I'm using, but it's important that your first steep, even though it's pretty, you use it to wash out your cup and your teapots like Bonnie and Clyde. That first steep was used to open the leaves, see they're opening now, and look at this, real time, bam, 5 seconds. That's literally all you need. High quality tea does that. Everybody's always oversteeping their tea. It's usually because they have poor quality tea. Get it all out. And look at this color, beautiful amber, almost a reddish purple. The flavor is fantastic. That orange and the dark Pu'er tea really mixes together well. I have these on my shop. If you want some, go to my bio. Hello tea friends, people asking, is tea sold in bricks? Is that different from tea that is done in balls or a tea that comes loose leaf? I'll let you know. Today we're making a white tea ball, and the first thing you need to know is that the shape of the tea doesn't necessarily mean whether it's good or not. See these bricks? This is a Pu'er brick, but it's the same idea. They're tightly packed and the first steep is really necessary to open them up. Unlike the loose leaf, the ball really does need that time. So that's one of the reasons why the first steep is never drunk. It is used to wash out the cups and also give your teapots a bath. And I miss this guy, I'm so sorry. But once you get into the second steep, the quality of the tea is what's important. You want tea to be bright but transparent, look at that color. And you want good fragrance and good body. So if you want really good teas, I have a link in my bio. You can go to my shop, it's so tasty. Doesn't matter if it comes in a brick or a ball or a loose leaf, as long as it's not this. Please, don't ever see me drink, what are we doing? Hello tea friends, I'm back home and I had some big videos while I was on vacation, so I figured I'd drink this red tea, hang out with Clyde and Jeng, and tell you all what is Gongfu tea. Gongfu tea is a traditional Chinese tea making method. It comes from the south of China, from Guangdong province. The first steep is always used to wash the leaves, open up the leaves, take a look at the tea color, and wash out our cups, and of course our teapots who live on the tea table with us, and they grow, maybe not in size, but in our heart. Usually in Gongfu tea, there is no sweetener added, and this red tea really doesn't need it. Look at that, immediately just comes into tea. This stuff is really tasty. It's the base of English breakfast tea, but it's like a version of that with no extra stuff added in. Gongfu tea is about enjoying the tea as purely as possible and enjoying with friends. So thanks for coming, and if you want to try the teas, go to the link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. Today we're talking about white tea, one of my favorite types of tea that is underappreciated, I think, in the West. White tea comes loose or in cakes or in balls. This one's in a nice ball, and this first steep is to make sure it opens up nicely. The first steep in Gongfu Tea Tradition is never drunk. You use it to wash out your cups and your teapots, like Dominic. Hello, Dominic. You're a good boy. This second steep, you'll see the ball is still not fully open, but already we're going to be getting some really nice flavor out of it. White tea has a really nice light fragrance like a green tea, but a little bit more body. You can see there it's this pale gold, very sweet without needing any additional sugar or anything like that. Very, very nicely tasty. The first couple steeps have a lot more fragrance, and then as you get into the third steep like this one, and then I'll show you the fourth steep, this is where you get more of the body of the tea. One of these tea balls makes 15 steeps in this Gaiwan. You want good white tea and other teas? Go to my bio.
你好，你叫什么名字？
叫蓝tea.
你要喝这种茶？
喝点什么茶？
哎，好。
Hello, tea friends. I'm drinking this raw pu'er with my friend Jake. So we went to Yunnan together. What's the tea hills like in Yunnan?
Rows upon rows of tea trees get deep into the forest, and they're like old ancient tea trees. And so hopefully that's a little bit of what we're drinking today.
Yeah.
Ancient tea trees.
We are drinking the ancient tea tree. The tea trees for this tea are over 300 years old.
Very nice.
Raw pu'er is a mix of astringent and sweet. What advice do you have for people that are like getting into tea for the first time?
Try a little bit of everything. See what you like. Don't be afraid to dislike things.
There you go. What do you think?
That's great. It opens almost up into like there's a honey sweetness at the back of the tongue there.
TikTok 的新茶友朋友，你有什么话要说吗？
要支持爱姐惜。
哎。
Hello, tea friends. What is aged pu'er tea? Today I'm going to be drinking this 2011 Oolong Shan aged pu'er, and I'll show you. So pu'er tea usually comes in cakes or coins, and this harkens back to the old days where they used to transport these on the backs of donkeys over high mountains, and they had to keep them as compact as possible. This means the first steep is always used as a wash and poured out because it's allowing the leaves to open, and look at how much quicker the second steep steeps, just immediately, bam, into tea. Raw pu'er is gold when you brew it, but this aged pu'er turns into this amazing, amber, tan, brownie color. The flavor is very thick and rich and earthy, but smooth, especially if you use great leaves like these. And the best part, you can do it again and again. One pu'er coin makes 15 of these cups of tea. If you want good tea, go to my bio. Hello, tea friends. Let me tell you a story. A couple months ago, I put a video of me making one of these tea oranges in my Gongfu Tea Tray up onto TikTok. It blew up. People were so curious about the tea and the tea culture, and this tea community started following my channel. And you were curious about the tea pets, like Clyde. He's a good boy. He's Clyde. So that led me to pick 4 of my favorite teas, 6 of my favorite tea pets, and start a online tea house. It's online now for pre-orders. We have info sessions with my friends in China, great teas from all around the country. I've picked these 4 favorites of mine because they're going to be really good for experienced people or for anybody who's starting out. We have these 8-year aged Pu'er Tea Oranges. These are absolutely gorgeous. White tea balls, Gongmei white tea. This ancient tea tree raw pu'er dragon ball tastes completely different from the aged pu'er. And then this red tea, which is the base of English breakfast tea, and the tea pets. Thanks so much, guys. This is really a dream come true. So excited. Hello, tea friends. Dad and I are fully vaccinated, so we're taking our first vacation in 87 years to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And so I brought my travel tea kit. Ooh, bam. Pound it. Thanks, bro. I brought this tea orange with 8-year-old aged pu'er, along with like 80 other days worth of tea because I'm nuts. And I realized while making it that it was so homey to have my home tea set with me when I traveled. Traveling is fun, but it's so great to be able to have like a piece of home with the same tea that I drink at home and the same Gongfu Cha tea set that I use at home. These Gongfu tea tables in the travel kit are on my list of things to get onto my online shop. Look at that tea. The tea is available now. This tea orange is smooth and dark and sweet, very fragrant, but not overpowering. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to the random Airbnb artwork. And where would you go if you had a travel tea table? Let me know. And if you want the teas, pre-orders are on my shop right now. Hello tea friends, Sihan Vibes question, why do we pour out the first wash of tea when we make Gongfu tea? I'll use this Gongmei white tea ball as an example. First steep, this is called washing the leaves, 洗茶叶, and it's used to wash out the cups, and also you can pour it onto your tea pets like Clyde or the bunny. Bunny needs a name. But here's what I want to show you. Look at the color of the wash. I'm going to save it for later so you can do a comparison. And I'm going to put together the second steep now, and you can see what it's like when the leaves are opening. These leaves aren't even fully open, but even in the second steep, look at the difference in the color. So you want to drink this stuff on the left. That's the second steep. You don't want to drink the first steep. Why drink that when you could be drinking that? Really good quality tea. You can do 15 steeps of this tea. Why use the first one? Cheers, everybody. You want good tea? Go to my bio. I just started a shop and you can get a sampler pack. Hello, tea friends. Let me tell you a story. A couple months ago, I put a video of me making one of these tea oranges in my Gongfu Tea Tray up onto TikTok. It blew up. People were so curious about the tea and the tea culture, and this tea community started following my channel. And you were curious about the tea pets like Clyde. He's a good boy. He's Clyde. So that led me to pick 4 of my favorite teas, 6 of my favorite tea pets, and start a online tea house. It's online now for pre-orders. We have info sessions with my friends in China, great teas from all around the country. I've picked these 4 favorites of mine because they're going to be really good for experienced people or for anybody who's starting out. We have these 8-year aged Pu'er Tea Oranges. These are absolutely gorgeous. White tea balls, Gongmei white tea. This ancient tea tree raw pu'er dragon ball tastes completely different from the aged pu'er. And then this red tea, which is the base of English breakfast tea, and the tea pets. Thanks so much, guys. It's really a dream come true. So excited. Hello, tea friends. Today's question, why do you drink tea? Fantastic question. I'm going to have this Bilo Chun green tea and let you know. So for me, drinking tea is really about slowing down and spending attention and trying to do something really well. And to make this tea well, it uses my hands and my brain and my mouth. I find that focus carries over to other parts of my work and other parts of my life. And another reason that I drink tea is for community and conversation. I like being able to talk over tea, and I invite friends over, and I have work meetings over tea. And so I want to thank you all for coming and joining me on the channel. Fill out the link in my bio if you want more. Hello, tea friends. I'm proud to say we are one step closer to opening up the Jesse's Tea House online store. I got this light box so I could take all these pretty pictures of the tea oranges and all the other teas that we're going to be putting up on the shop. I do have to say, though, that trying to brew tea with 2 cameras and keeping 2 frames in my head was maybe the most difficult coordination task I've ever done. But look at how this turned out. These tea oranges that I've selected are super high quality, and they're so smooth and tea and orangey. Cannot wait to share this stuff with you guys. Look at how pretty it looks. And, of course, the tea pets, who are also on their way over the ocean. So thank you all so much for your support. I'm really excited to get this stuff to you. If you haven't signed up already, go to link in my bio. Shop opening soon. Hello, tea friends. Riley Pettit's asking, which tea has the most caffeine? There's so many types. How would you possibly know? The answer is white tea has the most. White tea, like this white tea ball, is oftentimes just picked and directly dried in the sun. So it has the least that's done to it in terms of processing, and therefore retains the most caffeine from the original tea leaf. In the Gongfu tea method, this first steep is allowing the tea to open up. We pour it out over the tea pets, like Clyde. So if you're looking to kind of have an immediate perk up, white tea is good. Green tea is also very good. Oolong tea is half fermented, so it's a little bit less, and then black teas have even less caffeine. Aging also reduces caffeine, so this aged pu'er will have the least out of all of the teas I showed in this video. That being said, the tea from caffeine is absorbed in your body different. You have a lower rise and a longer lasting buzz. I'd give them all a try. Go to link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. So a lot of times new tea drinkers are kind of put off by the aged teas like this 18-year-old Pu'er tea. They think they got a funky flavor or something. Let me show you how this works. Aged teas have a huge difference between their first steeps and their middle steeps. Look at how light the color is on this first steep as the leaves are opening up. I think the smell of this pu'er is really nice and earthy, although my brother says it smells like a barn. In any case, the flavor and scent keeps progressing. Remember this color. We pour this first wash over the tea pets because Jenk's got to drink too, right? Okay, here comes the second steep. It basically immediately goes to even darker than that first steep's color. And the flavor here starts to get kind of rounded out. It's not just the Barney notes, it's all the other great tea flavors as well. And the flavor is fantastic. I'm going to be including an aged pu'er in my sampler pack when it comes out, and I really encourage people to give it a try. There's so many different great types of tea out there. Look at this color. That's good tea. Hello, people. A lot of people have been asking my opinion on adding stuff to tea. I thought I'd give a little lesson on why we add stuff to tea in the first place. This is Qimen red tea. It's the basic tea used in English breakfast tea, and it's got this great amber color, very tasty on its own, but a lot of the English tea tradition would take this tea and then add different things to it. Lemon, sugar, bergamot oil. So why did tea blends become popular? Technology. In Victorian times, the clipper ships, which took the tea from Guangzhou in southern China all the way to England, and then eventually to Boston, my hometown,
where we dumped it in the harbor.
It took so long to make this trip that by the time it got to Britain, they wanted to add stuff to spice it up and bring back that freshness. Luckily, the technology now allows me to get this original stuff to you so you can try it without it, and then if you like to add, you can add. The shop is opening soon, and thank God I can put tea on planes and not 1800s clipper ships. Hello, tea friends. Today's question, what's up with this table that I'm using, and where does the water go? Good chance, I think, to teach a little bit about Gongfu tea and the way this whole tea set works. So you use the lidded cup in order to steep the tea. This allows you to have good control over the tea steep time. Use the liv to strain out any leaves along with the strainer into the pitcher. Now this first steep is called the wash, which is used to pour out over the teapots and into the tea table. There are slats there you see, and it collects underneath in a basin. You can really pour a whole lot of water on this. It's not going to overflow. The reason we do that is now the second steep, the flavor is better, the tea is open. We're going to get a better tea color and tea experience from throwing out that first wash. This style of tea is called Gongfu tea in Chinese. Gongfu means skill. So by using your skill, you can make better tea. All this great tea stuff is going to be available in my shop, which is opening soon. So fill out the survey in my bio if you're interested. Hello, tea friends. A lot of people have been asking me about the Gongfu Tea tradition of tea pets. Let me tell you about the tea pets because they are amazing. Tea pets live on the tea table. You raise them by pouring tea on top of them. This wash tea is the first steep and usually not used anyway. I have 4 tea pets that I've been raising a long time. Clyde, Edgar, Maurice, and Jenk, all of whom are good boys and live on my tea table. I've been raising them for years. Tea pets originated because pottery makers would have extra pieces of pottery that were left over during the pot making process, and they would shape them into little pets that live on the table. The pets themselves can bring luck or wealth or any number of different things depending on what animal they are. So cheers to you guys, and cheers to you guys for asking more about them. So if you're interested in Gongfu tea culture or the tea pets, bam, fill out the survey in my bio. I'm opening up a shop soon where you can get the tea pets, all that stuff. Hello, tea friends. A lot of people have asked me how to taste test. Well, I have 3 white teas here that I'm going to pick one of to go into my tea sampler, and I need to figure out which one is the best. So step 0 really is try a couple different types because you never know what you're going to like if you just try one. And then the first step is every time in Gongfu tea, we want to wash the leaves and smell the fragrance. If the tea has no smell, it might also have no flavor. Also, you got to ask your tea pets. It's very important that you listen to what your tea pets have to say. This next steep is going to be the first one that we actually drink. So this is where a lot of personal taste can come into it. The leaves are opening up and the flavor is starting to come out. It's important to observe the color. You want a colorful but transparent tea. And then for the taste, I like a fruity and flowery tea, but it has to have a solid body and good aftertaste. My shop is opening soon. Fill out the link in my bio. And if you caught me right now, go and check out my live stream. I'm going to be testing these 3 teas right now. All right, everybody. They all have their eyes closed. They don't know what the next tea pet's going to look like. Baby is cheating. This is the first tea pet. All right. Now bring it up to your face. Take a look. What do we think?
Ooh, 8.
8. All right.
Oh my goodness. Yes, this pleases me. Only like a 9.5. Oh, I love this. Careful. No, Josh, you get open your eyes and open your face.
Yeah, I did. That's what I was doing. Give him an 8.
All right, last one.
I will give this hands handsome fellow. 8 out of 10. Oh.
What's your Teapot score? Leave a comment. If you want the tea, Teapots, all the stuff, go in my bio. Hello, tea friends. Question today. How many times can you steep one of these tea oranges? I'm selecting samples for my online shop, and so I'll show you how long I can do on this one. First steep, as always in the Gongfu tea method, is a wash to open up the leaves. You pour this out over your teapots like your tea bunny. Here's the second steep. This is where we start really showing the darker color. These tea oranges have this great like dark tea and orange flavor blended together. Look at that color. Very, very tasty. Love it. But the only thing better than tasty is repeatable tasty, and that's why these tea oranges are made to be able to do multiple steepings. Here's the third steep. You can see the color is still very strong. Fourth steep, just right immediately afterwards. Normally I wouldn't drink tea this quickly. Here's a fifth steep for you. And my TikTok is running out of time. You can really do 15 to 20 steeps with these tea oranges so they're good quality. If you want good tea, go link in my bio. If you don't care about good tea, that's none of my business. Hello, tea friends. I'm opening an online tea house and trying out all these teas and teapots. Today's tea, we're trying a rose pu'er, and we're trying these tea bunny teapots as well. First, the tea. This is a little coin of pu'er tea that has rose leaves embedded in there. You can see them. Compressed teas like this, the first wash is a little bit longer, let them open up, but we can look at the tea bunnies during that time. What should they be called? Put it in the chat. Look at him. First steep is finishing. We're going to use a filter to drain it out. Smell the rose fragrance, which is great. It really mixes well with the earthiness of the pu'er. And then this wash is poured on the teapots. Look at them, bunnies. So this rose pu'er has a lot of great rose fragrance. It's a very kind of smooth and light pu'er, earthy but not overly earthy. You can see from the color of the second steep, it's much stronger and more flavorful than the one that we had for the wash. I'm going to be picking my favorite from all those teas and putting them in my sampler. Link is in the bio. Hey tea friends, today we're testing out this tea orange, also known as the xiaoqinggan, and this owl teapot. Look at him. Let's do the tea first though. This is black tea inside an orange. You see I have 5 of them here because I'm selecting the one that I like best to go into my tea sampler, which is going to be up on my shop when it opens. You make these by pouring water in first through the top and so that it can get all the tea steeping. While that wash is going, let's look at this owl teapot. Look at him. I love him. Look at him. In the Gongfu Tea tradition, this first wash is always used to open up the leaves, check out the color, clean out your cups, and also pour it over your teapot. That's why he's there. Second steep, and look at how quickly that tea steeps. It's already opened up and woken up. Color is even darker. This fantastic color has a dark flavor, but it's balanced out by the orange. It's really a tasty treat, and I get to try 5 of them, so we'll see which one's the best. If you're interested in seeing which of the tea oranges is the best, or you want a teapot or a tea table of your own, go up and sign up, link in my bio. Hello tea friends, today we're trying out this gourmet white tea ball and these 2 matching deer teapots. Let's start with the tea. This white tea is from 2018 and it's just aged enough to really start adding some flavor. It comes densely packed in this ball, so this first steep I'm going to leave it a while and play with the teapots. Look at how gorgeous these deer are, and they come in celadon and porcelain. They come as a set. So the tea ball is just starting to open up, and this wash is always used to open up the tea leaves and then allow us to wash out our cups, take a look at the color of the tea, and then also pour on our teapots, and they look like they're very happy right now. Good deer. Second steep is going to start to open up these leaves. Look at them really start to open up. White tea has some of the fragrance and lightness of green tea, but it has a lot of the power of even a darker tea, even though it's so light and refreshing. I'm definitely putting a white tea in my sampler set, so if you want to try some of this, go to my bio and sign up. Hello tea friends, today we're testing this Qimen red tea and also this elephant teapot. Let's do the tea first. This is the Qimen red tea, and this is the base of a lot of English breakfast teas, but this is the tea that's used as the base, but a very, very high quality version of it. So the color actually probably will look familiar to people, and the flavor is kind of like drinking a very pure version of what a lot of people are used to in the Western tea tradition. This first steep is the wash, and we can pour it out on the teapot. I give this guy 3 elephants out of 10. He's looking up at you. He's looking up at you. So this is the second steep of the tea, and this is the one that we drink. Look at that amazing color. It has this purity of taste to it that comes from the style being light and kind of fruity, a little bit smoky, beautiful color. If you're interested in the tea or the teapots, go to the link in my bio. I'm opening a shop soon. Hello tea friends, I'm testing out teas that I will be putting in my online Teahouse kit, and this is a raw Pu'er dragon pearl, they call it. It's a little ball, and it's called raw pu'er because it means it hasn't aged yet. The aged pu'er in my last video, you can see the tea was dark, almost purple. This is like a pale gold. The first wash, as all times, is used to wash off our cups and our teapots and tea table, and also Edgar, today in specific, and to let that ball start to open up so that we get better flavor. Look at the leaves starting to unfurl. You'll see at the end how open they get. Raw pu'er's taste is completely different than aged pu'er. Aged pu'er is dark and earthy. This is clear and crisp and astringent, almost like a red wine. It's fantastic. This is my first time tasting it, and I gotta say, I really liked it. I mean, it brought me back to the raw pu'er that my friend had in the tea market. If you're interested in the tea and tea stuff, check out the link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. Here we have 14 different types of teas that I'm going to be choosing my sampler pack from. Today we're trying this one. This is a cooked pu'er from 2003. It comes in this little cute cube. I like that. The cube is very tightly packed though, so this first wash is to let it open up, and it's starting to open up. When I'm tasting these teas, I wanted to check the fragrance, which is very good. Look at the color, I like it. See how the tea pets enjoy it. You like it, Maurice? But this is the important. Once the cube has opened up a little bit, what is this second steep's flavor? Because this is the one we drink. And look at that color. Immediately steeps all the way through. Very dark color, but also clear. So the quality of the tea leaves is pretty good. And giving it a taste, I have to say, strong flavor. Has some pu'er funkiness, but not overwhelming. Top 4 teas go in the sampler pack. Link is in the bio. Hello, tea friends. It's here, finally. All the tea samples for my new online tea house have arrived in the United States. I called my friend Wu Kai in Beijing, visited his tea shop virtually, and he showed me all the different teas that he recommended for people here. Problem, I couldn't actually drink them, so we put all of these beautiful tea samples in a box. We sent them over through the mail, and I just got them right today. Look at how gorgeous that is, and I am just a little bit excited. So we're going to be drinking these tea oranges, these pu'er, it's white tea, all this great stuff over the next couple days with the sampler Gongfu Tea set that's also going to be open in my shop. I want to connect everybody to the Beijing tea market, use technology to bring together and help people share their own culture and do it in a great way online with lots of tea. If you're in on that family, join the link in my bio. And that's not all. New tea pets. What? Hello, tea friends. I'm going to be introducing you to all my tea pets, but today's episode is about Jenk. That's right, Jenk. Jenk is a tea pet who I found in a cave in Guilin in Guangxi province in southern China. There were these amazing lit caves that tourists could go in and check out the natural geology, and in the essentially, gift shop of that cave section, I found Jenk. So like all tea pets, part of what they do is just live on the tea table, and this first steep of tea gets poured out onto the tea pets, including Jenk, which brings Jenk fact number 2, he changes color. That's right, people, he looks one color, but then if you pour hot water on him, he changes color. The tea pets are a part of the Gongfu Tea tradition. They were originally made from cast-off pieces of clay, but I think we can agree, Jenk is no cast-off, he the best. Thank you for learning about my tea pet family. If you want to start your own tea table thing, go to my bio for the info. I'm starting a shop. Hello, tea friends. I'm going to be introducing you to all my tea pets, but today's episode is about Jenk. That's right, Jenk. Jenk is a tea pet who I found in a cave in Guilin in Guangxi province in southern China. There were these amazing lit caves that tourists could go in and check out the natural geology, and in the essentially, gift shop of that cave section, I found Jenk. So like all tea pets, part of what they do is just live on the tea table, and this first steep of tea gets poured out onto the tea pets, including Jenk, which brings Jenk fact number 2, he changes color. That's right, people, he looks one color, but then if you pour hot water on him, he changes color. The tea pets are a part of the Gongfu Tea tradition. They were originally made from cast-off pieces of clay, but I think we can agree, Jenk is no cast-off, he the best. Thank you for learning about my tea pet family. If you want to start your own tea table thing, go to my bio for the info. I'm starting a shop. Hello, tea friends. I'm still testing out this new tea table that I ordered, seeing if this could be the sampler set. And I thought this white tea, this Qimen from 2014, would be a great choice to test out a lighter colored tea and see how it looks against this white porcelain. This set comes with a filter so that you can make sure while you're straining the cup, even if your technique is not perfect, you can still make sure to keep the tea in the cups. And this first step is always the wash off our tea pets. Hello, Clyde, you get extra. Smell is amazing. This second steep is what I'm looking for. I want to see the color. I actually really like the color against this white porcelain. and against this glass pitcher. Look at that color through the glass. I think it's beautiful. Dark gold. I love white tea. There will definitely be some white tea coming in my first sampler box. And it looks good against the cups too. Rich flavor, awesome. And I got vaccinated today, so stay safe. Tea stuff is in the bio. Hello tea friends, I'm setting up an online tea house and I want to show you the tea table samples and show you how they work. My first time with the new tea table. So whenever you get a new tea table, it's very important you wash the whole thing with boiling water. You can even use the tongs that come with the kit, hashtag tong life. First ever tea in the new set, I'm gonna do one of these tea oranges. They've got black tea inside this dried orange. The video that blew up on this one is really what launched the channel, so I feel it's very fitting. The first wash will open up the leaves and allow that orange and tea flavor to mix together. And this one is usually poured out over the tea table and it looks good. Second steep, look at that color. I really like how the color looks against the white porcelain and the bamboo of the tray, and the glass cup is gorgeous as well. Look at that color. It's got, dark, orangey, strong, great tea flavor. I love this one. And of course, gotta get your tea pets. Team Jenk. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this set. It's here! So because of the support of this channel, I'm starting an online tea house. Just arrived from China. I'm super excited. I'm going to do an unboxing here. These are the sample tea tables. It's really important to me that people are able to get started immediately, and the kit has everything they need. So this has a chapan tea table. It's got a Gaiwan, a lidded cup. It's got a guolu, a filter. It's got a gongdaobei, a pitcher, and it's got 6 xiaobeizi, these little cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there's the kit. So this is a starter set, so you can get going, you have everything you need, but then you can customize it as time goes on with stuff that you find along the way. We're gonna drink tea tomorrow and show you how it works, and leave a comment, let me know what you think about this one. Hello tea friends, today we're doing a 24-hour steep of this Longjing tea. This will allow us to bring out a ton of flavor without any of the bitterness brought out by this hot water. Bad hot water. The process starts by taking the room temperature water and then giving the tea a rinse and a wash to open it up. You can pour this out over your tea pets like Edgar. Hello Edgar. Now we refill to the top with our room temperature water and we leave it to sit for 1 day. Make sure we put a note so nobody touches it. And wow, magic, magic, magic. We're all ready to tomorrow. But actually, I did wait a day with this, and look at this color after 24 hours of steeping. Oh my goodness, it's super packed with flavor, super smooth. I take this stuff and I put half of a cup into a mug and then fill the second half with hot water. That way it's nice and tasty and warm and still super flavorful. And wow, that's super good. More tea stuff in my bio. Hello tea friends, today we're drinking this osmanthus green tea from Yangshuo. That's in Guangxi province in southern China, and it has these osmanthus flowers mixed in with the green tea, so it has extra fragrance in it. This tea comes from a place called Seven Goddess Mountain, Qixianfeng, and it's important to me, not just because it's flavorful, but that was the same trip in which I found my tea pet, Jenk, Team Jenk. It's also important because I literally picked this tea myself by hand. My family came and visited me. We put the tea in these traditional Peppa Pig bags. They taught me how to roll it. A friend showed me how they processed it. And then we drank it right there on the mountain in southern China. Drinking this tea, it just really reminds me that not only am I in this for the flavor and the drink, but it's something that brings people together. And I feel like nowadays there's all this stuff on the internet that's tearing us apart and not a whole lot that's bringing us together. So thanks for coming to the channel, and if you want some tea and tea stuff, go to the link in my bio. Hello tea friends, Xtumi asked me, can I show you how the Gongfu tea method works in real time? And yes I can. So this is the first steep, it's the wash. So this is used to wake up the leaves, and it's also used to wash out your cups and your tea pets. So look at that color, fantastic, amazing color already. And after washing your tea pets, you can dump out that first wash and take a smell. If I had guests, I would send them the lid of the cup to smell as well. And this is the second steep, which is going to be the first one that we actually drink. Look at this. It was in there for about 10 seconds is about the steep time. People are over steeping their tea or they have low quality tea. If you need to steep your tea 5 minutes, that means that you either are over steeping or you have low quality tea. And now it's time to enjoy. I love this tea. It's like chocolatey and dark. And follow me and go to the link in my bio if you want good tea. Hello, tea friends. Today we're drinking this osmanthus green tea from Yangshuo. That's in Guangxi province in southern China. And it has these osmanthus flowers mixed in with the green tea, so it has extra fragrance in it. This tea comes from a place called Seven Goddess Mountain, Qixianfeng, and it's important to me, not just because it's flavorful, but that was the same trip in which I found my tea pet, Jenk, Team Jenk. It's also important because I literally picked this tea myself by hand. My family came and visited me. We put the tea in these traditional Peppa Pig bags. They taught me how to roll it. A friend showed me how they processed it. And then we drank it right there on the mountain in southern China. Drinking this tea, it just really reminds me that not only am I in this for the flavor and the drink, but it's something that brings people together. And I feel like nowadays there's all this stuff on the internet that's tearing us apart and not a whole lot that's bringing us together. So thanks for coming to the channel, and if you want some tea and tea stuff, go to the link in my bio. Hello, tea friends. 3 washes in Gongfu tea: the water wash, the tea wash, and drinking the tea. I'll take you through them. So the first step is washing all your equipment with water. I usually don't film this because it doesn't look that fancy, but you can give your tea pet a bath. It cleans off the cups. Second thing is to use your tea wash. This is Dianhong red tea, which I really love. And the first steep just goes to wash off the leaves, open up the leaves, wake them up a bit, and then also you can show your guests the color of the tea. You can pour for yourself and for your guests, wash off your tea pets once again, give Edgar a second bath. Hello, Edgar. Team Edgar. And you can smell the fragrance on your cup after the tea wash. Still there. And then the third steep is what you actually start to drink. By now the leaves are open. You can see we've got really good color coming in on this red tea. This tea tradition goes back 1,000 years in China, and it makes amazing tea and really gets you into the mindset of enjoying yourself when you're having your cup. So if you want to learn more and get the tea stuff, get the tea, go in my bio. Hello, tea friends. Today I'm going to give you tips. Your tea is not bitter and is sweet and amazing. I'm drinking Biluochun green tea. Start with cooling off the water a bit because the hot water will leach out some of the bitter compounds in the tea. And then here's the key. Don't steep it that long. It really doesn't need that long. For this green tea, I might only steep it 10-15 seconds. Compare the tea bags. This is why a lot of people think they need to steep their tea so long. Look at the quality of this tea. It's just really, really different, bad quality. What am I supposed to do with that? I can't do anything with that. I can't do anything. A lot of people are used to tea bag steep times when doing their loose leaf tea, and it really just doesn't need that. 10-15 seconds with this green tea will give you great flavor, and it'll reduce the amount of bitter compounds that come out from the hot water. You can have great, fragrant, tasty, beautiful green tea. Thank you all so much for your support of the channel, and go to my bio and fill out the survey if you want the teas or the tea stuff. Hello, tea friends. Today we're drinking Gongmei white tea, and I'm showing you how you can avoid getting leaves in your tea even if you use a Gaiwan. So as you can see here, the leaves kind of go all over the place. I use the lid to move the tea over to one side before I strain. It's not perfect, but this is the wash that we use to wash out the cups and leaves in the tea pets like Jenk. Team Jenk! You see there's still a lot of loose little pieces, but no problem. Take the lid, move it over. You can see there's room opening up there where there's only pure tea. And then this way when we strain, you can actually keep most of the leaves out. Beautiful color. I love this white tea. White tea is so underappreciated. And with a nice pour, you can see almost nothing in the cup there. Just tea. I'm going to be sharing at least one white tea with the tea sampler pack I'm starting. So if you want tea or tea stuff, fill out the survey in my bio. Hello, tea friends. People have been asking me, how do you control the temperature of the water if you're making green tea if you just have one of these kettles? No, that's too hot. Here's 2 methods. The first is the swishing method, which you take the water and you swish it around inside a pot or something like that. That will lower the temperature, and by the time you pour it in, it'll have brought down the temperature. Not perfectly, but it's going to be better than nothing. And make sure that when you take a look at it, great green tea color, and pour yourself the first serving is always a wash, which you pour over the tea pets. Team Edgar. Second method is the double cup method, and this is pretty easy. You just take the hot water from one cup, you pour it to another, and then back into another, and again, and again. For green tea, the temperature you're looking to reach is around 90 degrees Celsius, maybe a little bit less. One of the ways people get the green tea wrong is that they oversteep the tea or they steep it too hot. So this will hopefully give you better tasting green tea, less bitter. Fill out the link in my bio if you want tea stuff. Hello tea friends, today I'm going to be sharing how aged pu'er can be used for multiple steeps. So one of the benefits of the Gongfu Tea tradition is that we can carefully control how much time goes into each steep, and that gives us different flavor depending on the steep. This is the first wash. Look at the color as we go through this one. It's going to be very light and orange. It's still a nice color, but it's going to get darker as we go through the second and third steeps. And wash off the teapots. Today, Clyde's getting extra love. Hello, Clyde. Here comes the second steep. You can see instantly the water hits the tea. It's already just about as dark, if not darker, than the first steep. Pour it out and you can see that color. It's getting a little bit darker now. The flavor is also going to get richer in this stage. I think I got time for one last one. Here's the third steep. This one's even darker, flavor's even richer. If you're interested to learn how to get a tea set of your own and these teas, check out the link in my bio. Hello tea friends, it's been amazing to be able to share this Chinese Gongfu tea tradition with people, but I wanted to tell you where I learned, which was the Maliandao Beijing wholesale tea market. I went virtually to visit my friend Wu Kai, who is a tea master there, and a lot of the teas that I have here on this channel come from him. Over the next few weeks on this channel, we're going to go through the process of getting Wu Kai's tea samples back here to the United States, me drinking the tea and selecting which ones are going to go in my first Jesse's Teahouse sampler box. What I'm trying to do is open an online tea house where we can drink tea together, talk about tea culture, and learn a little bit about each other. And of course, tea pets. There will be tea pets, I promise. Hashtag Team Jen. Thanks so much, and fill out the survey in my bio if you're interested. Hello tea friends, Saint Torda asked a great question about using this Gaiwan, which is a lidded cup that is used for brewing tea in the Gongfu tea method from China. To use the Gaiwan without burning yourself, first you just add in your tea. I'm using this Yunnan Dianhong red tea, fantastic tea. First tip, don't fill it all the way up. See this edge? It's still open, it's not getting hot. And that way when I grip it with my first and fourth fingers, you can see here, those fingers are not touching parts of the cup that are getting hot from the tea. That way when I strain it, and you can look at that color, oh, I love this tea, and pour it on the teapots, hello Clyde. When you strain it, you're not going to burn yourself. And so I'll show you here. This is if you fill it up too high. See, it's all the way at the top. I try to grab it. Oh, it spilled, it burns, ow, ow, ow. So, you know, keep it a little lower, and then when you pour out, rotate your hand in circles so that the steam doesn't all build up in one spot in your palm and burn you. It's not that hard, best of luck. Hello tea friends, I'm opening up this tea orange in celebration because of people like Qimen and all of you have been asking how to get the teas. I have started to set up a tea company in which I will be getting all this stuff over to you guys as soon as I can. I am completely blown away by so many people who are interested in the tea culture, the tea pets, have been asking how to get started, and I am right here with you guys. I'd like to share as much as I can with you, including Edgar. The survey in my bio just opened yesterday, but look at this. I've already gotten over 100 responses. Oh my God, look at me, look at my face, oh my God. So the tea pets, the tea equipment, all of this stuff, all of my friends at the tea market who I hung out with in Beijing, they were always so excited to get this information shared to people outside of China, but they didn't speak English. So this week, look forward to that content, tea market stuff. Go to fill out the survey in my bio if you haven't already, and I'm so excited to share with you all. Ganbei! Hello tea friends, today we're making a white tea, this Bai Mudan little white tea ball. It's called white tea because of the little white hairs that come up on the side of the tea leaves. Because this ball is so tightly packed, we're actually going to leave this first steep for a little while longer than normal, cover it up, and wait with the tea pets. We'll wait. I think I steeped this for about a minute before pouring out the first steep. First steep, as always, is used to wash off our teacups and teapots and to wake up the tea. Hello, Clyde. White tea is a really minimally processed tea, so they basically just pick it and then leave it in the sun to dry, and then they press it into cakes or balls or keep it in loose leaf. This ball is really nice Bai Mudan from 2015. And the flavor is really great. It's very light and fragrant like a green tea, but it has a lot more body and depth and just tastes great. Working to get the shop open, and there will definitely be a sampler pack including some white tea, so enjoy. Hello tea friends, people have been asking me what I mean when I say I wash the first steep of tea, and this oolong will give me a good chance to show that. In the beginning, look how this oolong tea is really tightly balled up. They're all these little tiny balls, and when the leaves are curled up like this, and dry, it's not easy to extract the most amount of flavor out of them. Using the lidded cup lets them move around a little bit, and they're starting to open up. But this steep is always poured out over the teapots like Jenk. Team Jenk! Also, you can start to see here, the tea is starting to open up. Now in this one, the leaves are coming open. This is why using a Gaiwan or some other method of letting the tea naturally expand is the best way to get the flavor you want out of the tea. Very tasty, very tasty. And look at how big those leaves have gotten. I'm working to get my shop open as quickly as possible, so keep following.
Hello, tea friends. This week has been a painful one for my Asian American friends. We all need to do a better job to stop Asian hate, first in ourselves whenever we see our own prejudices, and then in others who we meet along the way. Learning tea culture from my Chinese friends has taught deep understanding comes from studying seemingly simple everyday things. When I saw what happened this week, the confusing hate, I could only hope that maybe a path forward lies in the simple everyday things as well. Seeing each other first as human beings, listening to each other when in need, and treating everybody with respect and dignity. 祝愿受害者一路走好，和他们的家人心理安康。
Hello, tea friends. Today we're going to be drinking this raw Pu'er tea, 古树生普洱. A lot of people think of Pu'er, they think of some really dark, earthy tea, but this is the raw Pu'er, so this is what it's like before it's aged and had the color change. You can see the color is this rich gold, and it comes out with this very like tanniny, astringent taste, almost like a red wine. The first step, as always, is to wash off our cups and wake up the leaves and wash our teapots like Clyde and Maurice. When making Pu'er, you want the water to be as hot as possible, 100 degrees, and 3 to 5 grams will do it. And look at that color, clear, very good tea. It's very colorful and very clear. People have been asking what my favorite tea is. This is definitely one of my favorites. It gives me this great energy to go and actually do stuff all day. People have been asking where they can get it. I'm working literally day and night to get the shop open, so keep following. Hello, tea friends. We had a question about how you serve guests. Let's say I had people over, which I don't because it's a pandemic, so instead we're using Copernicus, the octopus, and tofu. Let's say I want to make everybody this green tea. I would start by putting it in the Gaiwan, the lidded cup. I would take this first steep just to wake up the leaves, get the flavor flowing, and then also get a chance to wash out my cups, my pitcher, and to pour one serving in everybody's cups, including my own. This serving gets poured out over the teapots, and then you use this opportunity, hey Edgar, to be able to offer the lid of the Gaiwan to your guests so they can smell the fragrance of the tea before you make the steep that everybody will start drinking. The key to making it work with guests is the pitcher, which is called a gongdaobei, a fairness vessel, and this basically means that the tea is distributed fairly, first to your guests and then to you. So thanks for joining Tofu and Copernicus and I. I'm working day and night right now to open a small shop for people, so keep following. So people have been asking me to explain about this tea table and all the equipment. I know it looks weird at first, but I'm going to show you how it works. So to do Gongfu tea, you need a table. These tables have drawers on them so that if you have any splash or spillage, it just goes right into the drawer. It's easy to clean up. You need a lidded cup, also known as a Gaiwan. This is what you put the tea in. If you want to use a teapot, you can do that too. You need a small cup. You need a pitcher, gongdaobei. You need a teapot like Clyde. I'm kidding, you need as many teapots as you can fit. And you need hot water. And we're ready to make tea. So the Gongfu tea method originates from southern China. And in China, people will just have these in their homes and you go over for a visit, they'll make you tea and be like a good host. The first steep is used to wash out the cups and to wake up the leaves, and you can pour it over your teapots like Jenk. Team Jenk. Anyway, this last week has been amazing. So many new tea friends, and I'm working on how to get my Chinese tea friends stuff out to you guys as well, so stay tuned.
Hello, tea friends. A lot of people who drink tea bags, get that out of here, think that you can only get one steep out of tea, maybe two. But the answer to how many steeps you get out of a tea does depend on what type of tea it is. So this is a green tea, Biluo Chun. Green teas are the freshest type of tea, and as a result, they have the fewest number of steeps. Even after this wash, hello Edgar, the tea will be able to make 5, maybe 6 or 7 if you have a really good green tea, but that's just about it. That being said, it is very fragrant and very tasty. Compare that to this aged pu'er. This is pu'er from Bulangshan 2014. It's been aged 7 years now. Switch up the cups and make this one. These can go for 15 to 20 steeps in this size Gaiwan.
The reason is because it's had more time to oxidize, and generally oxidized teas, you'll get more steeps out of them than less oxidized teas. If you got any questions, leave them in the Q&A, and Edgar says hi to everybody. Hello, tea friends. I am very glad to explain more about my tea pets and introduce them all to you. Tea pets are part of the Gongfu Tea tradition because normally you take the first steep and you use it to wash out your cups and your serving vessels and also wake up the tea leaves so you get better flavor further in the steeping. These are my tea pets. We have Clyde, Edgar, Maurice, and Jenk. Tea pets are supposed to bring wealth or luck when they have tea poured on them. These pets are just for fun, but maybe they've got some secrets up their sleeves and can help me out. Anyway, tea for me is about finding a time in the day to slow down, enjoy myself, have something nice, and talk with friends or tea friends, or now you guys, tea friends on the internet. So thanks for following. Oh, and Clyde says thank you for all the love from yesterday. Hello, tea friends. Today we're drinking this black tea in a tiny orange. These are called xiaoqinggan, and they're very popular in China amongst younger Chinese people who will take them into the office and throw one in a pot or a mug, and you can drink these all day. As with all Chinese tea in the Gongfu tradition, we first rinse the leaves to wake them up, and we also rinse off our cups and our tea pets like Clyde. Then you look at how quickly this just turns into tea. The water hits it and immediately turns into tea. That's a sign of really high quality tea, and the orange adds this extra natural fruit flavor to it, which is done without any chemicals or preservatives. It's literally just that orange. Look at how beautiful that color is. And I love matching it with these glass cups because you can see the color right in the cup. So I'm working on how to get these out of China and to the US, so follow for more.